episodes. So when we did our podcast, we started in uni, so it was like second year of uni we started, and because we was film students anyway, we knew how to use the mics, the cameras and everything, so then that has helped me along the way now. So when I'm actually on a film set, I know how to adjust the light so it actually complements the people that are on camera, or like where to put the boom mic and stuff. So yeah, I feel like everything happens for a reason. Everything has helped me in my journey to now this.
So now that you've said that, one thing I want to ask you is, if you could thrive in any genre of filmmaking, what would it be and why? Like, for example, would you stick to more? Again, I don't want to use this comparison because you spoke about him earlier. But in the sense where you said that you like writing what you know and like making essentially what you know, what you grew up on.
Are you gonna mention Tyler Perry?
Yeah. So that's why I was like, because I know Tyler Perry does a lot of... And that's why I didn't want to use that comparison. Do you know what I'm saying? But I'm saying, do you want to go off of that vibe in the sense where what you're making is purely off of inspiration? Or do you see yourself like potentially, making a short horror film or a short comedy film?
With that, I feel like, me personally, I've always written stuff and I always saw it from a perspective of like what I like to see. So when I was younger, I'll watch a film and I'm like, oh, I want to make something like this. Go home, start writing it, but I'll never finish it. And now that I'm at this age and I'm actually taking my time with my art, I realised the reason why I wasn't finishing any of them scripts or them stories that I was writing was because they never came from the heart. And I feel like one thing that I want to do is always center it around God and ask for his help when it comes to these things, because it's like I don't want to just write anything which is empty, because then it's like, how is it gonna affect the audience? How's the audience gonna take it in if I can't even take it in? So I'll say, for me, everything that I do is an inspiration for my life and people around me, but it doesn't mean that it has to be literally how I grew up, how I'm living now. So let's say if I want to make a comedy show about a group of friends that live together, I can use elements of myself and then other people and then put them in them characters, but then also create scenarios that I've seen in life, like let's say the cost of living crisis, or what do you call it, looking for a job at this age. So just stuff like that. So I feel like I've always want to put who I am and who other people who are around me, who inspire me, into my shows, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it has to be, oh, grew up on the estate block, that happened, this ain't Top Boy. So,
another reason why I really like this pod, whenever we're like, because this is essentially an interview, even though it doesn't really feel like one. When certain people answer your question and it just leads into the next question? Just love that. So I was going to say, because you did touch on it in terms of, what you actually want to produce, and it has to come from the heart, and it has to be not necessarily just off of inspiration or whatnot. It has to be Jason.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, we're all three Christian men, and God is big in all of our lives.
Yeah.
Now, do you feel like when it comes to filmmaking, you might have a touch of C.S. Lewis about yourself when you're making certain films, where, like, for example, Narnia, for the vast majority, they don't know that there are a lot of Christian references in the film.
Yeah.
But it's like, if you know, you know. And that's kind of when people then read on about it, they're like, oh, I didn't know this was about this person, or this was translated to, Jesus, or this was religious and whatnot. Yeah. And that then probes people to then look into Christianity and, find out more. Do you feel like that is something that you want to do with your short films as well? Like either whether it's on purpose or one of those sort of like Easter egg moments?
Yeah, definitely. Because I feel like growing up, watching Narnia, I remember watching it with my mum, because she watched it when she was younger. Well, she read the book when she was younger. She introduced me. C.S. Lewis became like one writer that I was like, oh, I want to know more about his stuff. I want to be like him. But it wasn't because of the Christian references, because I didn't know about that until like later on when I found out. And I was like, oh, Mum, did you know about this? She's like, yeah, it's about Jesus. And then cool. But I was like, in what I create now, I definitely do want to have elements of Christianity in it and also about faith. But then also I want to show it from a point of view where it's not how people grew up to see it. Like, I don't want it to be a feel like, well, people be like, oh, Christianity, people judge, like there's just the same old. But I want it to be a thing where it's like you can actually have a relationship with God and actually build on that, and then see like how beautiful life is when you're walking with him. So I say I don't want it to be a thing where it's like my shows and movies are Christian based. I don't like that whole saying it's a black film, it's a Christian film. No, it's a film. But the storylines and everything, like I want it to have references to Christianity. I want a character to be about to be on the journey like that, because if we're being true, we know at least one person who's on that journey. As we said, all of us are Christians here. Like, we have friendship groups where we're all on that journey, but to the outside world, people probably think, oh, they don't look like Christians, because what does a Christian look like?
Yeah.
It's not about our appearance, but it's about us being a light. It's about who we are. Like, how do we represent God? So I want to show that off in my shows, in my comedy shows, but also still be true so everybody can watch it, like everybody can be represented. But it's like, I don't want to leave Christians out just because it's like, oh, I want to cater to the community of people that grew up watching like just outlandish comedy shows, because I love them type of comedy shows. I still watch Community today and they say wild stuff, but it's like knowing how Community.
I haven't seen that.
You need to.
Watch. Netflix took it off.
Before Donald Glover leaves, what?
When I watched, I was like, Donald Glover, you're funny.
Have you seen the one they had to remove of?
Which one?
The blackface one.
Oh, I think they removed that before I started watching that.
Yeah, it's on Amazon. Watch it. So that episode is even funnier.
Dave.
They even reference that they're doing blackface in the episode. I was like, brother, what are we doing here?
See, no, but Community is very much is a funny show. Like they're Paintboy episodes when they do that. Yeah. That's just so random. But it's like, I want to create shows that are just fun and just dumb, but also still true. That's why I mentioned Modern Family, and I said I cried to that, because it might be a weird thing, but it's like when you watch shows, especially sitcoms, it should always have an element of truth in it. Yeah. And that's why I feel like the family dynamics in that show, it might be a thing that you have to watch it a few times to actually understand. But it's like when I see certain things, like let's say, oh, the dad doesn't, what do you call it? Claire found out how she's always in competition with her family members because that's how she was raised. And it's like, damn, that's actually sad. Yeah. But it's like, it's not a thing where they're forcing it, because then they'll make a joke out of it. But then that's what I like, Modern Family. Like,
what
shows like that.
Friends.
What's the Friends?
Nah, okay.
I'm joking. Friends is good. Friends is good. Also, like Ted Lasso. Ted Lasso, like that show, like I thought it was just gonna be a cool comedy show, but it's like there was elements where it's like, oh damn, this is serious. Yeah. And like, it's real life.
Like when he was dealing with like his
anxiety and
partner finding someone else and whatnot. And then he knows who the person was and he's like, oh, okay. Yeah. And it started affecting him in his coaching. And like,
his son's still calling him.
Exactly.
So yeah. Like that.
That's horrible.
Very.
I swear it's his dentist or something.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Why is it always like the doctors or something?
Yeah, something like I can't avoid.
It's always like somebody that's in the family.
It's someone like the family doctor or the gynecologist or something like that.
That's crazy.
Gynecologist is crazy because he knows what he's doing from the jump.
He's like Dr. Pete and he's there smiling and chuckling with him. This guy's, anyway.
Making some inside jokes and that. That's crazy.
Nah, man.
I hear that. What else was I going to say? I think that was pretty much it in terms of like the interview side of things, though, in terms of like digging into your creative mindset and your creative world. But I feel like it'd be wrong if I don't ask you this question. If you could choose, I'm going to give you 3 job titles, yeah?
Yeah.
So you're the writer. But if you could choose a director, a lead actor, and a supporting actor, who would you choose for your film?
Okay. A director. Either Jordan Peele,
okay,
Stephen McQueen. I think that's how you say his name. He did Widows.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Or the guy I said Damien, the one that did Whiplash and La La Land. Dang, but I have to pick one of them. I'll say Jordan Peele.
Okay, and then the lead and supporting.
Lead actor. Oh, this is hard. Supporting actor.
Go on.
Yeah, maybe the supporting might give you the
lead. I think definitely supporting actor would be Damson Idris, just because seeing him in Snowfall, like he's really good actor.
He could be a supporting man.
Do you know
just because in this part of his career where he is now, even though he has a film coming out with Brad Pitt, which he's the main cast, I'll still give him supporting, but supporting is still big.
Yeah, 100.
Leading role. Dang.
Please don't say one name I think you're going to say.
No, you're going to say it. Okay. I won't.
You think it's Zendaya?
Yeah, I thought you were going to say Zendaya or something.
Hey, man, it's your film. Apparently Challenges is good, so hey, man.
She's
in Dune 2, hey, man.
Hey, Dune 2 was good, though.
Exactly, so I'm just hearing hits right now.
True.
Do you want this to sell or what do you want?
Let's say Zendaya.
Look at that.
Zendaya, Damson Idris. Actually, let me not say Damson Idris because, Let me change it. Let me give a white person.
You need to change it.
I'll give a white person. Zendaya and who's Caucasian?
Timothy, what's his name?
No,
He's
because
already been something. It has to be something new. Zendaya and who's Caucasian?
Don't say Tom Holland either. That's a cheap one.
No, I ain't trying to see that. Flip. There's a lot of hype actors.
Matt Damon. I don't know. Like,
Matt
you want to
Damon.
keep it like a young
Actually,
actor,
no.
or-
Zendaya and Anya Taylor-Joy. It doesn't have to be a man. Anya Taylor-Joy.
Who's that?
She was in Split and in the movie The Menu.
In Split?
Yeah, she had brown hair. But have you watched The Menu?
No, I watched Split though.
Yeah, Split. So she was the girl that got kidnapped. She was one of the girls.
Oh, she's the one that died. Oh, yeah.
So she had brown hair,
yeah,
but she's
yeah.
also in the new film with Chris Hemsworth, Mad Max.
Oh, Fury, yeah, the Mad Max.
so that's her.
I've seen.
She's a great actress.
I've seen the trailer. It looks kind of alright.
Yeah, so I'll say them two.
Okay.
Because Jordan Peele as well, he's a good director, so I want it to be something like thriller.
Have you seen Monkey Man?
No, not yet. I need to watch that.
Quality,
I need to watch.
I feel like cinema's slowly coming back. You know,
See, I keep saying this every
I think
time.
it is.
And
May
I
is
thought,
looking like a very good month for cinema.
what's coming? Oh, Planet of the Apes, innit?
Planet of the
War
Apes, Mad Max,
Mad Max.
and there's
The Fall Guy. With
Yeah.
Ryan Gosling. I can't lie, wacky comedy. I like that. It's dumb. We need that back. I think you know what brought it back. 2 years ago, everywhere.
everywhere.
What's that you say?
Everywhere all at once. Or
Yeah, something like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
That one and Bullet Train, that brought it back.
Okay.
Bullet Train's
Bullet
a sick
Train.
film.
Bullet Train.
Yeah, with Brad Pitt.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the one with what's his name? Taken. What's his name again?
Oh, Ryan Gosling. Oh no, Liam Neeson.
Liam Neeson. Yeah.
What film was that?
It's one
when he's on the train and he has to find the killer.
Yeah. I can't remember what it's called.
I like stuff like that. I can't lie.
Yeah, no, I like
just like one
action.
setting.
I like action that's as a general film kind of whack, but the action's cold.
Yeah.
Like it can run 100%.
See, like, watch Bullet Train. It was good, but apparently it was taken from an Asian film. Yeah.
I
But
mean,
it's-
it sounds like it. The Bullet Train is in
yeah,
Japan,
because when I saw it, I was like, yeah, it's definitely something. But it was a good film.
okay, I might have to tap
But
into
never
that.
go Cineworld. Never go Cineworld.
Why?
So you might get sponsored by them one day.
Literally.
Oh,
They're giving me free tickets. I'm sorry.
Fix your screen when you do that. What's that thing? They have a screen that goes all around you.
Oh, it's part of the 40.
Yeah.
thing,
So
isn't
when
it?
I was watching it, I was sitting there. This screen was turned off. That screen was on. then
I
this screen
get it.
turned on. I was like, nah, it needs to be. It was an action film.
So it wasn't meant to be like that. It was just
No,
like.
it was just supposed to be all around.
Do you know what it is?
But then half of it was just playing up.
Do you know what I think they were trying to do? I think they were trying to do, not to get too technical with it, but I feel like they were trying to use, you know the difference between like QLED and OLED TVs? How like it's dynamic in terms of the lighting and which turns on and whatnot.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what they were probably trying to use with the cinema screen,
They should have
but
done
on a larger scale.
They should have done a test run before that film.
Fair enough. I hear that. man.
Waste about.
Hey, look,
I
man.
paid £17 in that stupid place.
You know, only for like £3 more, you could have, seen the film at Everyman, where you have sofas, you have blankets.
Brother,
But I like a
Bro,
big
bro,
screen.
bro,
Nobody wants to go to every
Yeah,
man to be eating
listen,
food.
hey.
For a cinema to stink of cooked food. No.
Everyman
If you
cinema
don't get
is-
sponsored from this is getting like 2 episodes in a row.
Hey,
Jesus.
listen, I'm not gonna lie
How
to
big
you.
is the screen? Is it like Odeon?
No, it's bigger. It's actually quite big.
So.
Bro, it's like, yo,
Bear in mind, these guys aren't paying us for this.
hey, Everyman, I'm just gonna
And
say,
you want
like,
me to sit on
we're
a
gonna
couch?
we're gonna send this to you. Like, I've been a loyal member of the Everyman Film Club for some time. You know what I'm saying? So, shout outs, man. Come on. If you guys like that, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications to be up to date with all of our releases. And tune into the whole episode now on Spotify and Apple.
We are